So, if you remember, this is a piece of guttering, a piece of plastic pipe. That's all it is, plastic pipe, taped up with black tape to hide it. It's that grey stuff underneath. There was a hole here, so we did a bracket here. This is threaded bar, we used that there. We used this here, this clamped. Now we put a little bolt across there, and that's how we tie this on and keep this upright. And in here, we once we put the pole in, we screw these in to hold it, and so that's what holds it in place. And if you remember, last year, it was a mess. All we had was this solid stainless steel bar. We had one of them, and we cut them in half, and we butchered the end, and we sat that over the end there like that, didn't we? And then we made this, we sat this over the end so that this bolted back on here, that bolted back on there, look. That's how we made that connection. And then we came up here, didn't we, and we put these ugly looking things here, which is on the bracket, and we bridged across, didn't we? Yeah, we made a bridge across, didn't we? Which wasn't ideal, which gave us another, don't let that fall, which gave us our two shafts. But first of all, these were heavy to carry. When we had to tie them together there, it was fine. We had them out here. If ever we would have come off, if ever we were traveling on the road, let's say 60 mile an hour, and we fell off, something happened, okay, this pipe would break up, be fine. But this, if this was to ever come loose, come off or whatever, it was heavy and it was dangerous. And in an accident, these things spin around, they do what they want to do, and you could virtually get stabbed by the damn thing, couldn't you? So that wasn't the way to go. Very unsatisfactory. Anyway, part of going to the shows and seeing what people do and blah 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 blah. Oh yeah. So, what did you say? We're a team, aren't we? Yeah, so Debbie's team is going to wash and polish it, and Reggie's team is going to... So we saw these, look, we nicked idea. Well, actually, Stephen showed us.
They're ever so much heavier, aren't they?
Yeah, very much heavier. They're a solid rod, and dangerous in the wrong circumstances. Anyway, look at these tubes. They're going to they're going to break down. They're going to even go in the box, because we went for a few days and the box was full of luggage. This next one is a much shorter stay. It's a raid, as you might say. Get there and come back from there.
Oh yeah, they'll fit in.
So these are gonna fit down lovely. We've got a slightly bigger one, didn't we? There was a slightly smaller one, a slightly bigger one. What was the difference?
I think one was, it was 40 mil, and one was 50 mil, or one was 40, one was 45. This one was slightly wider.
So we got the slightly bigger one.
Well, supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah, I guess so. And they just screw in together like this. So, and they can be as quite long. They're up to 6 feet long, aren't they?
Yeah. So whatever you feel is the right height.
Because you remember the saggy mess we had last year, and the tube didn't work, and the light didn't work. No. So anyway. So Reggie's team has got to make this fit that. Because we can take them off to travel, so that's no longer a problem. But we need to make this go like that. And here comes the Amazon man with the second one. Do you think? We ordered one. Well, I told Debbie what to get. I told Debbie what to get. And it's amazing. Amazon is amazing. We'd seen them. We knew then what we were looking for. We were looking for these poles that screwed in and out. I told Debbie. Debbie ordered one. It came this morning. I asked her last night, how many did you order? 2? And what did you say?
No, you didn't ask me to order 2.
So about, was it midnight?
I thought you was replacing this.
No, we're not replacing that. We're running these 2 along here. So about midnight last night.
It was about 11:30 last night.
You
going on to order another one, and it's here.
And look at it. What time is it now? It's about 12 o'clock.
I don't think it's even that.
It's not even 12 o'clock. So the first one came earlier, about 10 o'clock. So at least
making sure it's black. Yeah, it's black.
Something to work on.
Because it turns up silver.
And we ordered another one.
Yeah.
So now we've got 2 this way. Lighter, safer, easier to carry, screw together. Okay, when we're there, we're going to have to...
I mean, I can't even say how heavy that is compared to that.
Well, look, it's steel. It's a solid steel bar.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of them. So that tells you...
And if that came flying off, it probably kills
Yeah.
somebody.
If it didn't kill us, it would kill the vehicle behind.
Yeah.
So, yeah. At least these have got a chance. These ain't going to maim anyone, are they? Well, unless you're lucky and they go through your eye, but...
Well, they're going in the
thin
box. We're
tube.
travelling up with them anyway.
Yeah, and we're going to travel with them dismantled.
And we don't go fast in the parades.
No, it's not a case of speed in the parades. We're just going round. So anyway, today's video is going to be thinking about how we're going to mount it there. There is a mounting thing, but that's meant to be on a wall. I don't think we're going to do much with that. I think we're going to make a Reggie invention to connect this to that. I've sort of got an idea.
It's a shame you can't use that though, isn't it?
What? This?
Yeah, because you can... Doesn't it screw in?
That just holds them tightly, yeah. That's the proper bracket for them, held top and bottom. And you wouldn't need to use this link up here, but I think I still will anyway. Because they're going to make them quite tall. They're 6 foot, so they can go all the way up if we want. How many rolls of LED light have we got?
2, so 1 for each pole.
Yeah, and how many feet were on it?
I can't remember,
Like 100 foot of... Let me just show you how much LED so we can go as tall. It's a bit like stealing people's ideas and then improving or being bigger and better.
Steal my brother's idea.
Well, that was Stephen. Yeah, Stephen showed me that. Yeah, look. My brother Stephen's much better than you. Look at her. What did you say?
No.
She likes to tease me. Anyway, what have we got? We've got plenty of LED and they're not plugged. Where are they? Hold on. We've got those lights, haven't we? So it's all about adding on. OTT. We've got how many feet are them?
Go in there.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Washing all over the floor.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
It's 5 metre.
So we've got 5 meters to play with on each pole. Plus we've got a few other bits and pieces. So pull that out. And of course it's battery driven, so we're not having to interfere. It's battery pack. It's only got to last. It's only going to have to last. How long? Half an hour, if that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
So we'll just replace the batteries. Let's test them. Hold on. Can you see? How big were they? How tall did you say they were?
5 metre.
So we got
15 foot.
So we've got 15 foot of this to go on each pole.
So if the pole is 5 metre, 15 foot.
Yeah.
So if the pole is 6 foot.
On off. Oh yeah, look, and it changes.
You could go down one side of the pole and down the other side of the pole.
Oh yeah, go up and down and round and whatever.
But I think I'll probably twist it.
Well, be careful because you don't want to break it, and then that's
fine.
Keep it as smooth as possible.
It's meant to go round, isn't it?
Anyway, that's what we've got to look forward to. We've just got to make the bracket now. It's all about, because it doesn't have to look pretty because it's in the dark. You're only looking at the light, aren't you? Don't look at the light! Don't look at the light! We've got to do this very technical job, and we've got to make it to last at least until Debbie's washed and put one lot of polish on the bike. So let's get rid of them and let's use these. So I'm simply thinking, actually, oh yeah, that might do the trick, might it? One of them. Even go even thicker. Have we got anything thicker? We'll have to look elsewhere. If not, that'll do, won't it? That'll do. I could sit this on here. It'd be nice to support itself from the bottom, wouldn't it? Or even it could go in there. Oh, now that's a good idea. It could go in there, couldn't it? Oh, let's have a look at that. So we could go this way. Some way of seating that in there. That's a good base for it to sit into, isn't it? Yeah. Or hold it from the outside, or we could go down that way and connect it over the top. It's much the same thing, isn't it? Whether we secure it by putting it in a hole or secure it by putting it in a shaft, it's the same thing. There's not much difference in weight neither. We need to make 2 of these, don't we? I think that's going to be probably more difficult to fit. We could just put a nut on the end of here now. So let's say we're going to go that way. That's going to well hold the pole in place, isn't it? Yeah. So let's see what sort of a nut we need to. It's a nice surface to weld and get a good key onto it. Grind that clean, weld it on. Let's see. What did we do with the other one? How did we connect the other one? So the other one connected via a thread and went into that bar, didn't it? So we found a long nut and we just simply welded a nut on the end of it. Well, we could do the same again, couldn't we? We could do the same again. Just weld a nut and here, make that sit there. Shall we make this longer? It's probably long enough, but do we need to find a longer one this big, or we need to extend this one? Let's first see if we've got a longer one of these size. Of course we've got one that's long enough and it's gonna fit. Of course we have. It's a bit long, it's a bit heavy, it's weight we're up against, isn't it? How about that? Because we can put tape around it to the size we want. We've got because it's got an odd head, you could almost say that's a sacrificial head. We could, or do we keep that one, or do we use it because it's an odd one and we haven't got many of them? And yeah, that's a bit more weight, isn't it? Do we really need it that long? We just gotta move around, find, see, that would be nice, but there's a lot of unnecessary weight in that, isn't there? Yeah, maybe that. Not as long as that, because that's adding a lot of weight to it. That's got a length. By the time we put a bit of tape on it to protect it on the inside, that's a nice one. Again, it is a bit of weight, isn't it? What are we? All of a sudden, we'll land on the right one. All of a sudden, it'll pop itself up in front of us. Slightly longer. Oh, actually, a bit longer than the other one. We've got to have something here somewhere that will all of a sudden scream and shout at us, I'm the one, use me. When you're searching, it's always nicer to find something bigger, because sometimes you can't find a bigger one. But if we've got something bigger, we've definitely got something smaller. So that's too big to go in there. So we're all right. We can come down smaller now. So this would be ideal because it's a piece of scrap. fits in, but it fouls up this other end. So we don't really want, it's got to be smaller than that. Although it goes in, it doesn't, we don't want to mess. Okay, so not that then. Tea time, cup of tea time. It's a cup of tea and a thinking time. Oh, this might be the one. Long enough to have a good grip, small enough that we can afford to put a bit of tape on it, and not too strong. Maybe one of those might be the thing. It's got a good grip on the tube then, hasn't it? So we didn't check out what was in the back, did we? Let's go and have a look what's in the back. Well, we didn't check out these, did we? What have we got? In here that might do the trick. What have we got in here that might do the trick? I seem to remember there's some big ones down here. Yeah, do you remember? We've got plenty of big ones down here that might do the trick. Oh yeah, let's have a look at these. Yeah, we're going to use these. They're long enough to get a good grip. By the time we've put a whole load of insulation tape or something on there to stop this from damaging it, it's got enough of a reach inwards. They're not that particularly heavy, and we'll just weld a nut on the end of that, and that will hold them pretty securely. Have a good amount of grip on them. Slightly longer than the ones we were using, or we were thinking of using. We found the right one. 2 of those, I think. So, what size nut are we going to use? It's not a simple case of putting a nut on it. So it's got to be bigger, because we've got to allow it to do this, haven't we? We've got to allow it to come out. Yeah, so not too big that it flops, but big enough so that it sort of works. And this size seems to be the right size. By the time we've got that in there, deep enough to get the nylot to engage, and that'll come out enough. Just sit there nicely. Yeah, on that angle. So we need the nut to be at least that much bigger, and that this captures it and traps it.
I'm just going to put the poly over the top of it.
Yeah, but not this link. I'm not going to use this link.
Oh.
That link's too thick, too thin. Pollen means pollen in Welsh. What was it, Debbie? What is it?
Pollen. Do you want to be cooled down?
The pollen. Yeah, we got to make the pollen fit. Pole in Welsh, that is. So, I know what I want. I know I've got a whole jar of them somewhere. But one of the problems is, you see them, they're in your mind's eye. But where did you see them? Ooh, where did I see these? I've got a jar of them in my mind's eye, a jar full of them. Where are they? Let's check them out. What size do we want? I've seen them somewhere. Where the hell have I seen them? I've got a jar full of them. Hold on. Right there, look. Right, so that's what we want. We want them. And that is in C3. So A, B, C, B1, B2, B3. They're here somewhere. They're on this C3 somewhere. Ooh, there they are. Ooh, I knew I had a jar of them somewhere. So all we have to do is weld that onto there, and that will connect into there, which will then fit there, which will then carry the pole. Lovely. Ooh, I love it when a plan comes together. Debbie, you've missed a bit. Oi. You've missed a bit. Well, you've got to earn your backseat somehow, haven't you? So easy, just clean and grind the end off. Clean surface so they can weld together. This nut's not likely to snap. Look, it's a 10.9. Wow, that's a tough bolt, that is. That's a 10.9. Wow. Love it when what you're working of fits in the vise. We'll just put this on here, clamp this together. Good thick metal here, good thick metal here. We can burn ourselves like mad through here. We're not going to burn it apart, blow a hole or nothing. Turn it round, weld it again. It's going to be a really good joint, really good weld on this. I'm a stick man and a burning it man, but we got this running the other day, didn't we? So we're going to persevere with the MIG welder. So let's MIG weld this and see how we get on. Well, I'm really surprised, really surprised. I've turned the speed up slightly because I couldn't see the welding was too close to the nozzle. But anyway, I can see where I'm going now. Turned the speed up slightly. I'm really surprised anyway. And the thing is, there's no slack to knock off. The good thing here is what you're seeing is what you're welding. Yeah, so let's persevere a bit more. Well then, where should we start? I did all right there, didn't I? And what we're seeing is what the actual welding is. So it filled in that gap there nicely, filled in the gap here nicely. Now, what happened here was, obviously we're going to grind it and clean it, but I thought I'd leave that there for you. I couldn't hold my hand still enough. Was filling in the gap there, and my hand was shaking, so I couldn't hold it. Whereas if you can hold it in one place and work your way around it like I did there, which way was I going? I was going this way, wasn't I? I was going this way. Come on, stay still. I started here and I went and filled it in, was doing quite okay. And then I turned it round and was doing this side. But that's whereas in arc welding you would have to knock the slag off to find out where you'd been. This way you can see. But what happened here, and I took it away and switched it off. So it starts instantly and it stops instantly. So I couldn't, my hand was shaking, then I was lost because I was in the door dark because I had my mask on, didn't I? Yeah. So anyway, that'll clean up lovely. That'll do just fine for what we wanted to do, nice and strong. And we're not in the usual sort of scheme of things where we're trying to protect the thread on the inside because we were trying to do something with it. So that's never going to break off, is it? And that's going to sit long enough to hold the pole and small enough to be able to put a few rounds of insulating tape so the thread doesn't do any harm. I'm quite pleased with that actually. It's almost making me look like I know what I'm doing. And I don't. I'm just me and you in the shed messing about. Where am I going to put you so that you can see? Hold on. Where am I going to put you so you can see? And the picture or the sparks from the welding doesn't blow up the camera. Where was I going to put that there? Hold on. Perch you there. Can you see? See there now, can't you? Quite okay. Top corner. And that's all. I have to step over everything now. It's getting seriously bad here. Seriously bad. So anyway, we've clamped that in there, put the earth on it, blah blah blah. I switched it on. Now usually it buzzes, but it doesn't buzz. So I didn't think it was working, but it is working. And you'll see now, and I'll be able to keep two hands on it and keep it nice and steady. Let's see what we see. Hey. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I could even turn that up a little further. Just a smidge further. I'd like to see what's happening. Anyway, there's that one. So let's turn it round and let's do this one now then. Bring it up to the top so we can see it. Yeah, you haven't fallen off, have you? No. Right. Let's give this another go. And you've got to remember, you're welding two surfaces together. So you're not having to stop in one place. That's getting hot. You're not stopping in one place. So you're traveling between one surface and another, you know. And with this wire, do you see we've got a valley in there now, haven't we? So you can actually build it up. So we're going to go there and we're going to build up that valley. Yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, let's see how we get on. This is where I got into trouble last time. Too much of a shake, but I can put two hands on it now. Messed that up slightly, haven't I? Oh no, I stayed there too long. You see how much I've built up on it? But the good thing about welding and all that, if you make a mistake, you can just grind it off, grind it back to where you started. It's no big deal, is it? So, same again. Get a little, you know by the sound of it. Oh, we haven't done much this way. But the good thing is, fire, 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 fire. Hold on, no, we're all right. The good thing with metal and welding is we can hide and grind and re-weld all our sins. So what does that look like? So after many burns and many scars, I learn it looks innocent enough, but wait, if this was your skin, the skin would be gone. Yeah, with welding. You should wear gloves, but it's so easy to get hold of a piece of metal that you've just welded and give yourself a really nasty burn. And you know, instinct, you grab it, you pull yourself away and you leave your skin behind you. So that's very important. Always remember, what you're working on is absolutely red hot. Yeah. So, yes, okay, professional welders, I am a cowboy and I should be put up against the wall and shot. Yeah. But it's going to do the trick. Don't be shy, just get yourself a cheap old one of these whenever you pick them up. Welder, arc welder, MIG welder. Get playing with it, get making. It's just magic, isn't it? It's like glue. It's like sticking it with glue instantly, but it's really strong, isn't it? So let's wire brush these two and see if we can make them look pretty. By the by, we're just get your 6-inch grinder, stick it in your vise, put a piece of wood across, clamp the wood in your vise, and you've got a lovely, if you haven't got a permanent place for it, just stick it in your vise. Now we can use this now and clean it up and make them look pretty. So we can sort of say a before, no, we can say a before and an after. Now we've done that one. Let's just pretty this one up now. So that's the thing with steel. You know, you could put a bit more weld in there and grind it back. You could make this look as one, couldn't you? This one especially, this one. If you wanted, obviously in them holes, if that was important to you, that's where rust and water and moisture begins. So you'd fill that full of weld, overfill it, then grind it all back. Same here. And then hit it with a bit of paint. Same as there, you'd weld there again, you'd fill it in. It's almost like electrical metal filler almost, isn't it? And you could make that look really nice, couldn't you? But that doesn't happen in Reggie's house. It'll do me just fine. And it's well stuck all the way around. I mean, don't get me wrong, a professional would have tacked it there, and it would have been as strong as the Titanic. But because I'm just an ordinary shed butcher, I always, if possible, 100% weld everything. So even if I've done a bad job, some of it's going to be sticking somewhere, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sort of minded to actually do this, you know. Fill that in. Fill that hole in there. And then make it look nice and grind it all back again. Yeah. Shall we do that? Do you want me to do that? Just fill that area in there. Fill this area in here. Overfill it, you know, build it up nice and high, and then grind it all back again. I think I will, you know. Then once it gets a lick of paint, it'll look quite nice, won't it? And of course, they won't rust away as quickly. We'll do that. We'll do a decent job for a change. Because we were like this way, weren't we? So now it's all stuck together. We can put it this way, and we can weld on that and hold it this way now, can't we? Because it's already welded together, and it's going to make it easier for us to fill those holes in. We'll stick it in the vise that way and then weld it from that angle rather than that angle. So first job, fill in that gap. So okay, I've gone a bit OTT and I've missed a few places. But the good thing is, that'll all just grind off now. That'll all just grind off. It's not as if you're hand grinding. You just push up against the wheel that the motor's running in it. So let's beautify these again and let's see what we've got. So let's have another look. It's a case of do it, improve it, do it, improve it, do it, improve it. But anyway, look, them big holes have gone now, haven't they? That needs just a bit more grinding off. You just keep rubbing it until it becomes as one. Yeah. You find a hole, we could go back and we could do that little hole there. I guess the flap disc would be the right thing now to shape this all up. All we did was use the grinding wheel and the belt, but you could keep going, finding any spots, re-welding. You could make this look lovely, couldn't you? And then of course hit it with paint, or even shine it if you wanted to shine it. So welding is so easy to hide your sins over wood. You know, you'd have to be so right in wood because you can't regrow the tree and put it back there, can you? But with welding you can grind it away, cut it away and start again. That's why I love it. If you haven't got one, don't be frightened. The electrician, I know it's black magic how touching two bits together melts metal. Protect your eyes, protect your hands, don't touch it when it's hot. Always have a bucket nearby you can cool it off in, and you'll be alright, you know. And you'll be surprised what you can make. You'll be surprised how it opens the world of making to you. And of course you've got to have a good supply of nuts and bolts, haven't you? Well, I think we can call that a success, Debbie, look. You can put that on, it reaches the nylock, so this is going to lock on. The bolt isn't going to come out because the bolt has been put in, you know, see these are threaded in, which hold the post, and then we lock them off. This bolt isn't going to come out because we put it in from that side, so there's the head of it in there, and we've locked it in there, so it's pinched there. This will go in here, we'll pinch this up onto the nylock. It will be enough to bring that out. Hold on a minute. And then we'll put a bit of insulation tape and whatever on here. So that'll sit there, so that's got a good grip. It's going to come out here now, isn't it? Let's get a few more extensions and see what it's going to look like. It's going to be lovely. 2 of those either side. That's sitting on there. We've just got to sort out this bracing bracket here somehow or other. We're going to make something for here next. Like this, just hold on there, from there to there. And there's the top of the pole, is it finial? Top of the pole, and then here's the thing, there's 2 of these to clip the flag onto.
What flag?
Well, or whatever we're going to put there.
We're going to put lights on these.
Oh yeah, we're going to put lights on these. And the lights are going to be lovely and wow.
I'll do the most up here.
Yeah. And it strips down to a size that we can carry. We can carry it. Ooh, Debbie, we're on a winner.
We want the lights up here, don't we? Really?
Yeah, the lights are going to go up that tall.
So, 1, 2, 3 pieces.
Maybe. No, because you've got to strip out. So when we're there, we'll...
Yeah.
Because you only have to drape them around even. You don't have to do much with them. They're only fairly temporary.
No, I'm just saying it goes down to 3 pieces. So top 3 pieces, really.
No, 4. We want it that big.
Yeah, no, for the lights, I mean.
We want to be the biggest, we want the tallest.
So the majority of the lights are up here.
So imagine 2 of them either side. We're on a winner. How are we getting on with the polishing? You've done the washing. Oh yeah, it's coming. Oh, careful. It don't matter. It's got a good thing on it. So all we've got to do now is, and it doesn't have to be that heavy, the usual Reggie heavy engineering. We just got to
It's only light, isn't it?
figure out, because it's going to
You're not
rest
putting
against
anything
there.
heavy on here, only those thin
Light.
lights, they're not heavy.
No. So we're going to figure out a link from there to there. Using this or not using this.
We might have to use that while that's there.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. That's the
You've
next.
got one on the other side, yeah?
Yeah. So that's the next thing to do, is figure out a link from there to there. Who remembers these? We need to secure this somehow, don't we? So there, we're going to use that as a chain. Look, that's not quite, but we've got bigger cousins to them somewhere, haven't we? We've got bigger cousins to them. But where are they? Where are they? I reckon I've seen some in here somewhere. I've got a pot of them in here somewhere. Definitely got them. But where are they? But where are they? Could use a big washer, maybe. Ah, here they are. A pot of these. Right, let's have a look. What are these? Oh, that's the one. That's the one, bigger cousin. Will it fit? Oh, not quite. Come on. Have we not got bigger ones? I thought we had bigger ones. We could cut them, expand them. For now. I thought I'd seen another one somewhere. Let's have a look. Oh, I thought I'd seen one here. Ooh. Let's have a look. There's a bigger one version of them on here. Where are they? There. Is that a different one? Look. Doesn't quite. Does it fit? No, it doesn't quite fit. I mean, we could cut it, couldn't we, and expand it slightly. Pity, 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 pity. But a big washer would do, wouldn't it? We've seen some big washers. Where have we seen some big? We've just been looking at some big washers, haven't we? La la la. Here, don't rob. Well, we could rob one. Yeah, what are these? These are big washers. Oh, let's just have a look at one of these. There was these washers here, wasn't there? So I wonder, but what about the nut itself? The washer's bigger than that, isn't it? I wonder if the nut will do better. Hold on. Nice enough to weld on. Ooh, look at this. Yeah, the nut is going to fit lovely around that. I'll hold it. Yeah. We'll have two of them thinner nuts, please, off this lot. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure we can spare a couple of nuts from this lot here. Now, let's see how we secured them last time. So last time we used two from the shaft. We came from this shaft here, didn't we? And we used a nut and a bolt and we secured them that way, didn't we? Looked pretty ugly. But if we weld that on the end of there now, that might look a bit prettier. Let's go and see what that's going to look like. I reckon, weld that to there. Weld that to there. That'll hold the post. That'll connect onto there where it was before. We can hide this under a piece of plastic hose pipe, so we can make that disappear.
Doesn't really matter, Reg. You won't see in the dark anyway.
Or we can wrap it in black tape. So weld this onto there. That'll secure that. Yeah, that'll go in there. Bolt that into there. Oh, simples. Let's make another pair of these then. Hold on. Let's make a pair of those. We could weld that directly onto there, which would do okay. But you've only got that much purchase and you're relying on that much weld. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this to the very end. To there, look. And then I'm going to weld that to there. We'll get all together more of a purchase and a burn. We'll burn this there. If it unscrews, it's a bonus. If it doesn't unscrew, we'll weld that into there as well. Make it into one big, massive link. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because my welding isn't that good, and there's not much to hold on to there, is there? So there's, you know, so it could maybe snap off if I haven't done a proper job, which is possible. So to make it more of an altogether meatier thing, we're going to do that. Yeah, and we're going to be able to clamp it in the vise a lot better too, doing it that way. So that's what we're going to do. If it unscrews, it's a bonus. If it doesn't, or even if it unscrews, we'll weld that up again so it doesn't come apart. Yeah, that's what we'll do. When you bind with the MIG, everything has to be clean. You know, this had a galvanized coating on it. With the arc weld, it would just burn through. It would make funny fumes that is not good for you, but it would burn its way through. So with the where you going, pussycat?
Okay, back to black.
Oh yeah, okay. So with the arc, with the MIG, everything has to be that much cleaner. So we've ground off the galvanized coating that's on this.
Black.
Oh yeah,
It's just as the plastic.
Do the plastic. We're at the plastic level, and then we're nice and clean. And I've nearly finished the job. I call that good timing, I do. So we're going to do it this way. Clamp this together. Put a weld in here, turn it round, do the other side. The thread's protected, thread the shaft into it, and then weld the shaft into there. So this is why I'm less keen on this MIG welder, because everything has to be so clean and I can't really see where I'm going. I've put a dollop on there. I'm sure it probably would hold if you cleaned it up and all that. But forget that. We're going to go back to arc welding. And arc welding is much more, what should we call it, Reggie proof. Let's arc weld this. Let's get back to what I know. An arc welder, it buzzes when it's on and you can just burn away at it. Yeah, let's see what we can do with the arc welder. Yeah, we can cover up the thread now. We can burn ourselves in there now. So let's again, let's go and cool this off. You wouldn't want to get hold of that, would you? You'd be screaming. Right, put that on. Let's put the thread in there now then. So here we are. We've welded the nut on. We'll screw this into here now. I'll screw this into there now. Come on. There we are. Screw that into there now. Lock that off. And now we'll weld this along here. We'll just run, jam that into there, weld that on, and then bring it off, clean it. All this clinker, that's going to knock off. Again, we're going to be grinding and wire brushing and cleaning. Now that'll do just the trick nicely, nice and secure. It's not only welded on, it's threaded on, and the threads are going to be locked in there. So one of the things, look, that was the MIG. That'll all clean up surprisingly well and grind down. Yeah. So what you have to watch for when you're doing two of something is that you don't do this. Put it down on the bench like this. Then you go and do this bit and you do this one. And then you think, right, I'll go and cool them off now, or I'll pick them up, and you put your hand across here, and this is still, it's not red hot glowing, but it's still hot, and you get hold of it and you go, ow, 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 ow. So you must, whenever you're doing several or two of something, cool each one as you get to them. Cool this, then move on to this. Don't just put this down because it retains its heat for such a long time. Yeah. So I always make sure I cool each and every one as I go along. Yeah, because you know when you were welding it was red hot. So professional welders, look away now. Let's give this a good clean up, and obviously we've got to come back and do that. We've got to come back and do that where we've already done this one. So let's give them a bit of a wire brush, get this, see how it, the only trouble with arc welding, makes this stuff, so you weld it underneath slack, knock the slack off, they say, isn't it? So, and it leaves that underneath. But it's got a good enough connection. We know we've burnt it, we know we've used an arc weld on it. So that'll be just fine. We'll come back and do there. And we'll do there, and like I say, I always do 100%. You've got to do a bit of, then I always will send it before I ever do anything, before we finish it, before we're happy with it, especially little links like this, we'll send it to the testing department. But for now, let's clean this up, see what we look like. So I should have stuck with my arc welding in the first place. We'll go back and revisit this, but we've got our link done. That's welded to that, and that's welded to this. For what it's got to do, that'll be just fine. This was the MIG. A lot of spattering, a lot of... And that wasn't the mig's fault. That was more of my inability. Yeah. But this will all clean up. It looks terrible now, but a couple of minutes on the grinder, grind all that away. We've still got a link, don't we? We can see the physical link, and all it's got to do is hold the tube. So all we've got to do is make that look a bit less. Looks like it's got the pox, doesn't it? And this will clean up. This will clean up just nicely. Yeah. These are going to do just fine. Remember, this is threaded into there, and that's not going to unthread itself, is it? And then this is welded to that, and we can see the link between that and that. It's getting my knee hot. Woo! This is securely welded to that, and that's securely welded to this, and that's not going to thread out, is it? So that'll do. You could paint it and make it look nicer. We've ground all the pox off that. You could do a lot more. You could do a lot better, but the nut is securely welded to that, which is that thread's not gonna thread its way out, is it? No, because we've got a link there. That's gonna be just fine. Gonna be just fine for what we want. And as long as you inspect them in the dark with the light off, they're gonna be just fine. Yeah. If I do say so myself, that's quite a successful day, isn't it? Bit of a wide load when we get to the top. Yeah. It's going to be massive. That's going to be massive. Are we going to bridge across? We failed last time, didn't we? But we've got one set of lights to go here and a separate set of lights to go up there, I think. And we're gonna nicely linked up here. They're perfectly safe, and they're gonna all strip down into parts into the box, so we're gonna be able to travel safely with them. Wow. Are you ready for Llandudno? I think we're ready for Llandudno. We won't put the lights on now to test it. We'll get to Llandudno. We'll be there nice and early. We're going early, and then they go on the promenade first. Whilst we're sitting on the prom, our priority will be get these in, get them on, get them all taped on with tape. Don't cover the dark. It won't look very pretty, but it's going to do the trick, isn't it? Do we get one run up and run down, or sort of wind it down, whatever fits. One set there, another set there, running on batteries. We've got a few other things to add to it, but I think we've fixed it now, and these links are going to be okay. They're going to be okay. Once, obviously, you'll tighten them all up with spanners and stuff. So, well, look at that. Are you ready for Llandudno? Because I tell you what, we're ready for Llandudno. Well, we are now. Deb! Hold on, we'll fix that. Alexa, drop in bedroom. Come on. Alexa, drop in bedroom. Hello? Are you there? Alexa, drop in living room. Why won't that work? Deb? Well, we can tell you what we can do. We can do this. We can do to her what she does to us. We'll find her. We'll find her. Deb! Yeah? Come and have a look, see what you think. Chop, chop. What? Well, she does it to me. He rings the damn bell all the time. Anyway, the wing is lovely. Oh, look at that from the front. Oh, it's gonna be. Look at this. We definitely want them that big. Big is beautiful.
Why does that one look higher?
No, the same height. Yeah. You're not a pole out, are you? Looking fine.
Probably this one's probably leaning over more.
What do you think?
Probably more like that. Yeah, that's alright.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. We
Oh,
just.
I think I've done a fantastic job of the bike and all, mate.
What a fantastic job at the bike and all.
Mate.
Right. Actually, yeah. Good girl. Good girl.
Don't leave it out too long.
You've
in case it gets
earned-
dusty.
You've earned your back seat for the next trip out.
Actually, I think it might try to rain. So
Are we going to put a bridge across the top?
no,
That's going to be difficult.
no.
Making an arch stay above.
The majority of the thing here,
We'll
that's
just go.
above our head,
Yeah,
the lights. Not. I'm just going to concentrate above
yeah.
5 metre. That'll be well. You don't see down there anyway.
No, and then, yeah, because the back lights are going to be covering it and the flags and everything else.
And you have got lights around there,
Yeah,
so that's fine.
lights in that
We'll
area.
use the majority of the lights up here.
Up here to there. We can
5 metre should be well nice.
insulating tape, stop that rattling, insulating tape, stop that
You
rattling.
need to get your bike in before it rains, because if it gets all raindrops all over it, I won't be happy.
Okay. All right.
Down there then.
News is, it all breaks down into little poles that screw into each other and it's going to be easy to transport. Woohoo! Success!